Hey guys, I'm Tiffany.
I'm Erica.
And we're the Nerdettes, and we're here to just discuss our reaction to the latest news of the Doctor being female. And we're joined by Bobblehead David Tennant and
the TARDIS.
The lovely 10th generation of the Doctor. And the TARDIS is behind us. It's wedged as it typically can be. So, and our awesome, Amy Pond over here. Because she has the full outfit, but we're keeping it low key for you guys because we're cool nerds like that. But we just wanted to just talk about the reaction. There's been a lot of hate, and of course it was announced that it was our dear beloved Jodie. I can't even say it, Jodie, and everybody's been just going crazy with this. There's been a lot of happy, a lot of negative remarks. I'm never watching Doctor Who again remarks. And being the Whovians that we are, we wanted to talk about everything going on. I actually saw a video and we posted it to our Facebook page where when the news was announced, it was Alex Kingston's reaction to it. And she was at a convention and it had just been announced and the fans told her who it was. And she was like, "Oh, that's brilliant." So she, of course, has seen her before. And when they told her it was Jodie Whittaker, she was quick to let them know she was happy about it. So Jodie, I've actually seen her in Black Mirror. I was introduced to her there. And I also had seen her before in Broadchurch. Didn't realize they were one and the same because the hair color, but now I do. I saw the U.S. iteration of Broadchurch, and they called it something else. What the heck was it?
I don't remember, but I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember what it was either. And I haven't seen either, because I'm a little behind with stuff like that. I haven't watched any of the, I haven't seen Broadchurch, and there was another thing that was, Whovian related, and I haven't seen it either. There was something else that was everybody was talking about, but I'm
not sure.
I'm behind.
It's okay. I mean, everybody watches different things. I actually, when I watched Broadchurch, watched it because David Tennant, hello. But I heard it was like a mystery thriller detective show, and I was like, okay. So I watched the British version of Broadchurch and then watched the U.S. version with Anna Gunn. And Anna Gunn, of course, I love from Breaking Bad. So it was like, okay. But yeah, so Jodie Whittaker, I had seen her in both those things, and she's an amazing actress, obviously. So I'm just curious how this is going to go. I'm very optimistic. I mean, at first, as with most people, the cat's trying to talk about her opinion too. So if you hear meowing, I'm sorry. But I guess, they really set this up already in the series. If you're caught up, you know how much they've set this up.
Sorry.
Bill actually talks to the Doctor, and he obviously says that they're very open to gender, to sexual orientation, to personal choices. Because they are alien and they're so advanced in not only age but in their way of thinking, they've kind of gotten over the petty or the mundane or the just simple-minded thoughts, I suppose. So they've kind of advanced their way of thinking in that regard. So I mean, look at it this way: Missy. The same people that are saying that they're never going to watch this again, that they don't want the Doctor to be female, were the same people that were praising BBC for introducing Missy as the mistress, the master. Regeneration. It's like, okay, so you're okay with Missy, and Michelle Gomez, but you're not okay with Jodie Whittaker
being the Doctor. It's okay that she's a part of the show, but they can't have a female Doctor. That's just too much.
I was literally, when I watched this earlier today, I was in my apartment screaming because all I saw was the new Doctor's announced. Thank goodness they didn't spoil it for me, and I'm so sorry if I've spoiled it for you. Go watch the trailer, please.
We'll put a description on this, so it's
yeah,
okay.
We'll let.
It's
hopefully you're watching this and not being spoiled. But anyway.
Well, hopefully you caught the title, because we're gonna put it in the title.
Yes. So I mean, mean, I watched it, and all you see is this cloaked figure walking through the woods, and you don't really see their face, and it just kind of shows them walking, and all of a sudden you see a hand, and it's very delicate, obviously feminine, held out. The key to the TARDIS materializes in her hand, and you hear the TARDIS, and it pans up, and she pulls back her hood, and there, of course, is Jodie Whittaker. And it says, you know, the new Doctor is Jodie Whittaker. I honestly wasn't expecting them to announce it this soon. I was thinking they were going to wait closer to Christmas.
Yeah.
Because the way they announced Capaldi was all the TARDISes. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
There's all 11. But wait, there's a 12th that has appeared. And it was... all you saw was his eyes. So all you saw was Hero. And everybody went
That was
bonkers.
like one of the coolest things.
Oh
like,
my gosh. All the TARDISes.
To be fair, I was very upset that Matt Smith was leaving. So I did not want to be excited, but I was still excited when they showed that.
If you've watched the latest episode of Doctor Who, you know that another Doctor makes an appearance. Spoilers! Previous Doctor.
Yeah, I told you I'm a little behind, so I've got to finish it. I'm on Capaldi, but I'm just not done yet.
I'm completely caught up, you guys.
So I'm excited.
I feel your feels. I know how upset you are about certain deaths happening, and all the things. I can feel your feels. I feel them so hard right now. I was sobbing, and just, dang it, I want to talk about the paradoxes so much. But I don't want to spoil it.
I'm
so
sorry.
It's okay.
I can go in the other room.
It's okay. No, it's fine. I love you. But anyway, so I want to get back to Jodie for just a minute because, you know, obviously mine and quite a few of my Whovian friends, our reactions, as is yours, I'm sure, were very positive and very hopeful.
Very excited.
I mean, I didn't accept Capaldi at first, and I have a love-hate relationship with Capaldi. And a lot of it, I feel like, has to do with the fact that it's still Moffat writing quite a bit, and he's leaving, as we know.
Yeah,
and
that was announced a while ago.
Yeah, and
so I completely forgot about that. But that was announced a long time ago. Like, how is he still?
I still love Mark Gatiss. I still love Russell T Davies. I still love all the writers. I still have some love and hatred for Moffat. He's like George R. R. Martin, you know. Kills off some of my favorite characters and keeps some. I'm like, why? I don't get it. But I guess that's Whoverse. But anyway, with him leaving, I felt like I wanted Capaldi to get the send-off he deserved. And we'll see how that works out with the Christmas special, I'm sure. Just how they kind of do the transition and what happens there, building up as it has. I'll just say that. And with Jodie entering the picture, I wonder, you know, everybody always remembers the first words, oh, I've got new kidneys, you know, still not ginger, you know, different things like that. I hope they do that. You know, and they always have their send-off. It's like, you know, Eccleston, you know, you were fantastic.
And so was I.
And so was I. And Tennant, I don't want to go. And freaking, I mean, it's just, and, Matt's, I'll never...
I'm trying to
I'll
remember,
never get over
and
that.
I can't even remember his.
I'll always remember when the Doctor was me, basically.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh God.
I was like, I remember Tennant's for sure, and I remembered Eccleston's, but for some reason his was like a blur.
That was one of the ones that hit me hard, I think. You know, but the Raggedy Man. So I wonder how Capaldi's gonna go. I hope it's, you know, I want River to show up. I know that's so bad.
Well, she's going. I mean, at some point she's going to.
Maybe,
I mean, I think that's pretty much it's gonna happen. I mean, it's a thing. Like, I mean,
but I mean, I will agree with other people as well. Look at Star Trek. I mean, some people love Janeway, some people hate Janeway. But you know, Voyager was part of my childhood, so I can't not have love for Janeway. And then Battlestar Galactica. You know, you've got like Alien. I mean, look at the major female, like, roles that have been kind of, you know, becoming more female. And they've really kind of set this up. You had to have seen it coming at some point, if not with this next regeneration, probably a very soon following, that it was going to be female. And, I mean, with the success of Missy, I feel like the people that are showing hate, a lot of people are calling them misogynistic. At the same time, I get it, because you get so used to just the way things have been. Some people are really opposed to change, and this is a major change. I mean, let's be honest, I get it. But I mean, if you're like a classic Whovian fan as well, like I am, like the Tom Baker era, he had Romana as his companion for many years, and Romana, as we know, is a Time Lady, and she later became the president and like the leader of the Time Lords. So it's like, okay,
obviously there are females.
Yes, if you are a classic Whovian and like this new iteration of Who since Eccleston moving on, if you've kind of seen both or know of both at least, you know there are female Time Ladies.
And they go to Gallifrey. I mean, and you see the females. It's not a foreign concept.
Right. And with it being alien, there is going to be that concept that it could change. And I mean, it's been discussed in multiple times, multiple platforms, and confirmed by the creators of Doctor Who that the Doctor could be female. Mm-hmm. And there have been so many, people like throwing out ideas and like gung-ho, like Hayley Atwell, Miss Agent Carter herself, being the Doctor. Cool. I mean, there have been so many people that have been pro certain female, and now for them to throw out Jodie Whittaker, all of a sudden it's like, oh, hate.
Yeah, and I don't get that. I don't understand that.
Or I've seen a lot of meh reactions. Like, I can't tell you how many comments I've seen on the BBC's video share, as well as like YouTube and like mutual friends of ours who have posted it, and their friends will be like, meh. Or that's my reaction is meh. And it's like, okay, I'm hopeful. I'm optimistic. I think, every generation that we've gone through with Doctor Who, every Doctor has been different. Different personalities, different, like, dark sides, different, like, senses of humor, just different ways of thinking even. So it's going to be interesting how she takes it. And I do want to see the feminine side more of the Doctor, and I think a lot of it will be influenced from Missy. And when Alex Kingston learned of this, she's like, man, I'm such a cradle robber. And I was like, that is the best reaction to have, is that she knows her character so well that she's like, I'm still such a cradle robber.
Well, and if I'm sorry, but if River Song, if Alex Kingston mm-hmm. is excited and happy,
yes,
you have no room to argue with her.
Let's go further than that. Twitter, the previous Doctors, Colin Baker,
yep,
David Tennant, mm-hmm. like obviously Matt Smith, Capaldi himself, Bill, who is played by Pearl Mackie, was very excited. Like there have been multiple posts like from Twitter, from past doctors and companions, even Joe, who is the third Doctor and the fourth Doctor? No, was it just third? I guess so. Joe, was just with Pertwee, so she herself made a post about it and how happy she was. So they're classic Who and current Who. And, the Doctors we all know and love are very supportive. So, I mean, I'm going to be optimistic, and a lot of people are like, I'll give it until the third episode to judge, or whatever it may be. I mean, it's either going to be we love them or we hate them. Capaldi had to grow on me. I'm going to be honest. Like, a lot of people loved him from the beginning.
It took a while.